Good evening. Welcome to Daddy's still broadcasting. Hope everyone is having a great weekend, or rather had a great weekend. The week has started. Uh, it's been an incredible weekend with S&M and Daddy. We had a ton of fun. Let me put myself on live chat like I often have a tendency to forget. If I can see the live chat app here, there, at live chat button. So happy Monday. Happy Monday to each and every one of you. Driving home, I just dropped off my special treasure, and I feel a lot more aware of my not aware of my surroundings, but I feel a lot more calm and self-confident than I did on Friday when I was coming to pick Esnam up. So I really just came on here to shoot the breeze, say hi to everybody, and definitely, give you guys our well wishes and big hugs, big socially distant, far away hugs from Esnam. Beautiful evening right now. All throughout the day, the weather was off and on. And for the first time in months, Esnam and I actually ventured into the backyard to have some fun and make some fun videos in the backyard. Obviously, keeping within the S&M restrictions that have been imposed upon me, even though it's been made to look like I'm in full agreement with those restrictions, because I had to make concessions in order to, I think that's Gemma, my autistic Aspie sister. Great to see you, YouTube sister. I hope everything is going well, that you are safe. Please remember to type in all caps because I'm driving and I want to make sure I get to where I got to be safely, but at the same time see as many of your comments as I can see. And Gemma, it's great to see you. You're always a welcome presence here. I need to start checking out your channel more, and I mean that. I just, with a daughter, I've missed you. I'm feeling stressed, brother. Been crying a lot. Well, you have a safe place here to hopefully have some kind of respite from your tears and anxieties, Gemma. You are always welcome here. You are loved as a YouTube sister, as a fellow human being. And I and Esnam send you big platonic YouTube hugs right your way. So if you're comfortable enough to vent, well, thank you. That means a lot. If you're comfortable enough to vent, let me know what you're anxious about. Get it off your chest. And we love you too, Gemma. Get it off your chest. Let me know, what's going on, how you feel. And so Esnam and I were getting off an amazing weekend together where we had fun. We spent a lot more time together than we've been able to in the past couple months. And just kind of making up for lost time. So I have not been out in months. Okay, well, that's definitely a source of anxiety. Just take a look at this beautiful, if I can hopefully do that. I'm trying to flip it. There you go. Take a look at that beautiful sun, Gemma. Just let that beautiful sun sit in there, get in there on you and make you relax. And it's beautiful. This beautiful sunscape and cloudscape. But you haven't been out in months. I'm at a red light, so I'm going to try to get back. I'm anxious about how long this lockdown is going to last. I can only imagine. I mean, I'm very thankful, and it's because I've kept super busy in spite of the shutdown, Gemma. I've been working all the time. I've been taking care of Vietnam and doing everything I can to do that. And how Asperger's syndrome affects me is different for everybody, right? In some ways, there are many things that are concurrent, that are the same for everybody. But for me, I still need to go out every once in a while. But I'm actually okay, being stuck at home, and I don't really have that need. I don't. And obviously, I think it's amazing that you crave going out. And it's not just about the social interaction, right? Like, I don't need that social interaction all the time, and I'm sure with Asperger's syndrome you don't either. But it's just the getting out and breathing and getting some fresh air, even if it's with yourself. Yeah, I go out to local shops, but I need to see people. I'm very social. There you go. And then, that's a beautiful thing to be social. I think it's amazing. Yeah, exactly. Everybody likes some time on their own too, but I think it's amazing that you crave and you need that social interaction, because I sometimes I have gone in the past to the unhealthy extreme of isolating myself, and it's both healthy and detrimental. Especially in my college years, I really isolated myself on purpose to avoid, and that's the pragmatic side of Asperger's syndrome. I literally isolated myself on purpose to avoid, to make sure that I would succeed and nothing would get in my way. But at the end of that, I ended up, really craving social interaction and needing to be around people. But that took years for that to happen. But yeah, so you're welcome here, Gemma. Let me see if I can flip this camera one more time, because there's some beauty going on out there that I need you to see. So maybe that can hopefully relax you. And when we're getting onto the highway, we'll flip it back inside the cabin. Daughter broadcasting airlines. I mean, Daddy's still broadcasting. But yeah, so I don't know. Do you do diaphragm breathing, Gemma? Does that help you in any way when you feel those anxiety attacks, or is that kind of, do you have more of the hardcore anxiety where you kind of gotta take some medicine and try to relax that way? Always check your blind spots, kids. Always check your blind spots. I realized that I should probably go live not only more often, but during the week when beautiful people like you, Gemma, are out and about. Because I'd love to have you guys, and I remember Summer Rose on our live streams a lot more often. But I've been neglecting going live, whereas I shouldn't do that. Yeah, more often. Yeah, and I need to. The thing is, I've been losing subscribers, Gemma, and I know why. It's because when you're a small YouTube channel like we have been, you have to be on other people's channels a huge amount of time, and you have to be putting comments everywhere and also just be out there. And I haven't been able to do that. I've been working when Mariska was here, taking care of Mariska and being there for Mariska, taking care of Essenam. I moved last year, got new responsibilities at my job, which I'm very thankful for, by the way. Don't get me wrong on that. But we had the court case for custody of Essenam, and all that stuff happened, and I haven't had any time to get around to that. Well, yeah, we are back together. There's a lot of stuff going on there too. I mean, I love Mariska with all my heart, and yeah, it broke my heart too to have to do that. There was a lot of rumors and negative things that were said about why we broke up that just are not true, and I think it's important. But I have Mariska's permission to put out a video and explain those things in more detail, and explain kind of why she left. So I'm currently working on a video, a very tasteful, beautiful video that will not air our dirty laundry, because every couple has dirty laundry that they don't want people to see, and nobody's perfect. There were arguments, there were disagreements, there were misunderstandings, but in general, I know that she's a beautiful, good, amazing woman with a huge amount of potential. And will she be coming back to Canada? I'm not sure, Gemma. We want to make sure that when she comes back, she has all the support that she needs, and healthcare and stuff like that. And for right now, that's just not a part of what's able to happen right now. Not that I don't want it to be. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be said. Always check your blind spots. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be said, and I feel like when you're on YouTube, our viewers, as much as Mariska is comfortable with it and as much as I'm comfortable with it, our viewers like you who have been with us forever, Gemma, like you, Summer Rose, Louisa Lewis, Bowmaster 619, you guys deserve to know to a certain degree what's going on, and I think that's absolutely you're right to ask those questions, because we're putting our lives out there publicly, and you guys are a huge part of that life, whether it's a small channel or a huge channel, it doesn't matter. So yeah, I would dare say that you guys deserve to know that to a certain degree. So, and I'm not, I'm definitely not against that, but I think all in good time. And I didn't show anybody this wonderful tunnel last time. Tell me how this compares. I would love to chat with you on video. Well, we should do that one day, and we should go live together and make that happen. I've been trying to do that with my cousin too, and make that happen, because I think there's for a certain amount of collaboration between channels. There's definitely a lot to be said for that, a lot of useful things to be said for that type of thing. So definitely. So yeah, hit me up on Messenger, and tell me what software you use or what your plans on, and we will definitely try to work that out. Definitely not against it. So yeah. So why did I title this? So are you feeling better, Gemma? You feeling a little bit better, a little bit less anxious? I wanted to address why I titled this YouTube Techniques. It's because Esanam was watching a video yesterday, and it gave me a lot of good ideas too, where you kind of make it look like a flower is growing out of your hand. And it's really simple. Let me get back into the cockpit. It's a really simple technique actually to do. So yesterday and today we got flowers out in the backyard, and we filmed them in such a way where we hid my hand, and we made it look like if we, in the editing process, we're going to be able to make it look like a flower is growing out of Esnam's hand. And I'm really looking forward to editing that. And we shot another Glenda Glitterpoop Angry Unicorn video also, where basically, I make it look like Glenda is breaking into my house. And the mayhem that ensues when she is trying to break into my house. So that's what Esanam and I were up to this weekend. And yeah, so I've been trying to film music more. I really want to go live and play music more often than I did. I used to do it 2-3 times a week. I think I'm gonna cut it down to once a week. But again, it's just, when you have more responsibilities at work, and it's an honor and a privilege for me, plus Esanam, plus COVID-19, plus the mess that made for everybody, and every other possible thing that could be going on in adult life, which is all part of adult life, and there's nothing you can do about it. You edit when you can, you film when you can, and you go live when you can. And I just don't, I have a lot of respect for YouTubers who have a set schedule where they film and put out videos. And some people, a lot of people on YouTube, you see like famous channels like the McClure twins or other people, gamers who are living at their parents' house. They're rich, they're wealthy or rich parents. And yeah, you upload every other day, which is beautiful. That's amazing, Gemma. I gotta get back into your channel and see what you got going on there, because I love your civil rights. I think this month is also Pride Month. Speaking of the way you speak out for people with Asperger's syndrome and autism, but also just in general, gay rights and all kinds of rights, trans rights, whatever you want to call it. I think that's a beautiful thing. So the LGBTQ, if I get that acronym correctly, community, which I have a lot of respect for, because I love all human beings, and I think all human beings deserve love, no matter what their sexual preferences are or what gender they are, man, woman, child, or other. So, and I want to teach my daughter to love each and every person in this beautiful world. That doesn't mean, that doesn't mean you have to do what they're doing. That doesn't mean you have to, be led by the crowd. It just simply means that you have to love and respect each and every one. And that goes a long way. As they say, you catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. You can do a lot with just love, just simple love, and as little fear as possible. It's incredible. So yeah. So I have a lot of respect for what you do, Gemma, and for the words that you use and say. Taking a little bit of a longer road home today, because on the highway that I usually take home, there's a lot of bumps in a certain area, and I don't like putting too much wear and tear on my car. I tend to be a very careful driver. Excuse me. So yeah, I think this month is Pride Month, and it's June. So yeah, I kind of got lost in that train of thought there, but I forget what I was going to say before that. But at any rate, we're going to try to make a little detour here, get back to where I want to be, because they cut off, they put a detour where I usually get off and get on my way home. But now we're going past the Toys R Us where Esnam and Daddy, in our Christmas video from 2019 when Mariska was still here. Yeah, so I think what I was saying was, just speaking about Mariska, I will be putting out a video about everything that happened. It will not be a dirt piece. It will be a very tasteful Casey Neistat, Dan Mace kind of video. And that's what I plan on putting out. But that's why I named this video YouTube Techniques, because of those simple little things that you can do, like our magic videos. That's just camera tricks and angles, and with the right camera angles and the right shots, very little editing and post-production, you can make a video look, you can make it look like stuff is happening. Like when Esnam and I magicked ourselves from our apartment to the garden, which was, we were on the 9th floor back then, and literally 9 stories down, magicked ourselves down to the ground with just a Minnie Mouse blanket. There's so many wonderful things that you can do with just that, and I think there's a lot to be said for those old school magic camera tricks that you can make and use. So Gemma, since you're here and you're my YouTube sister, you're talking about the magic tricks. So talking about that, what are you doing? So what do you do when you feel this anxiety? But what are you doing since you can't leave? I guess obviously you're putting videos out once every other day, which is an amazing schedule. We used to post almost every day. I would post, let's say Sunday to Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday I would go live. Like that was my posting schedule, and obviously a very in-depth, very it can be draining when you're working full-time. It took a very exhausting editing, filming, and posting schedule. But life at that time seemed to be a lot more simple. If I think back to it, it was just me and Esnam and YouTube and work, and that's what we were doing. So life was a lot simpler in many ways back then. I don't know how to overexpose myself. Even just tapping it doesn't seem to work. But yeah, what was funny, Gemma? But yeah, I would be interested to know, like, is there any, do you have a balcony that you go on? So you obviously, I think you said earlier that you do your breathing, your diaphragmatic or diaphragmic, I'm not sure which word is the right word there, but your diaphragmatic breathing or diaphragmic, I'm not sure. But you do that. What else do you do? Like me, for example, I just throw myself into work and YouTube. That's what I do to get myself kind of away from the stress. And even today, on the way back to her mommy's house, I dropped S&M off today. Just take a look at this beautiful sunset, guys. Just not even the sunset yet, but just beautiful, beautiful cloudscapes. Just amazing with the sun coming out. Just beautiful. Gemma, I'm not even sure if you're still there, YouTube sister, but either way, I know it's pretty late in England anyway, so I understand that. But yeah, just beautiful cloudscapes right now in the sky. And I think the forward-facing camera is 1080p. Actually, no, the forward-facing camera is the highest you can go on a YouTube live stream is 720, even if you're using the forward-facing camera on this beautiful goddess of a phone, which is the iPhone 10. So I know that the best you're getting right now is probably 720 or 1080p max, which kind of sucks when you have a camera that can shoot in 4K, 60 frames per second. But that is the allotted YouTube, that is the YouTube allowance. That's what YouTube will allow you to put up as a live stream. That's the maximum video quality that you will get when you're on YouTube. And it seems like I'm all alone now, but that's okay, because that kind of helps me to kind of shoot the breeze with myself. And if anyone happens to come in at that time, I literally feel like I'm glowing when I look into the screen because of how overexposed I am. But I think it makes kind of a cool effect to have that. And I always love it when in the background, you know, you can't see outside the car because you can't really tell where I'm at or what's going on. Had a spider climb across my laptop, and now it's wow. Yeah, we have a problem with spiders, and that's okay. I'm glad you handled it. I'm sure you handled it like an absolute boss, and I'm sure that spider is in some napkin or piece of paper or tissue right now. But we have a problem with spiders in our house, and we have these. I don't even know what to call them. I have to look them up. But they're just a common house spider. Ah, nice. And you know what? If we didn't have so many, that's usually what I do, by the way, is put them outside. So congratulations on that. Spiders are very helpful animals, but we have so many in my house, in our house. We literally have, hey, ATJH brother, it's great to see you. Those four letters are the signal of an entire family of travel vloggers. The trademark, the watermark of an entire family of vloggers. So salute to ATJH Travels. Great to see you. We're here with our YouTube sister Gemma, who fights a lot for autism and LGBTQ rights and gay rights and all that stuff, which is amazing, and just general human rights and feminism. And so, being that it's perfect that you came on June 1st, Gemma, because it is Pride Month as we speak. So, yeah, much love and respect to every single human being out there, because you're all worthy of love. Sledgehammer, sledge away, brother. Bring that sledgehammer, that golden sledgehammer, anytime you like, because you're always welcome here too, brother. I do have some items for Pride videos. Awesome. Yeah, I wanted to get Esnam and I in a Pride parade. I'd like to get a couple of friends coming along and just go to a Pride parade just for support. And obviously you can't go wrong with rainbows. Definitely going to rewatch on the flip side. Well, appreciate it, brother. Now that I'm at a red light, I'm going to try to see what you're saying. Seems like you're telling me now that you can't stay. Oh, cool. So you're baking some chocolate chip cookies. You better save one for Esnam, or she's going to come find you. She'll break your legs over that chocolate chip cookie, buddy. No, just kidding. So yeah, that's my Asperger's sense of humor. But yeah, so I completely thought I was alone, and then I was not alone anymore. So yeah, spiders. So I usually don't kill spiders. I usually do put them outside. So kudos to you for that, Gemma. We have some dark humor. Yes, we do, as a matter of fact. And Esnam has that similar sense of humor with Daddy. And we have a lot of fun together, Esnam and Daddy. But she's my special treasure, and she's your special treasure too. But yeah, so the spiders, I have to kill them because there are so many They have, and especially in the living room, they have 4 corners of the living room that they just love. And about once a week, there's a spider that comes up into the corner. So in the beginning, I was kind of taking them out and putting them in one spot, but then I'm like, wait a minute, there's so many of them. They're just going to keep mating and multiplying. And if they're killing other insects, that's beautiful. But what that means is, because there's a basement right underneath us that nobody lives in, that means that they are multiplying in the basement. And if there's so many of them, that means that there's an ample food supply somewhere, whether it's outside or hopefully not inside. But it means that there's an ample food supply somewhere. And I don't want, especially with my daughter, I don't want a huge amount of spiders in the house. So I try to keep them at bay as much as I can. Some of them I will put back outside, some of them, but most of them at this point, most of them I do kill, I have to be honest. But I love that idea of keeping them alive. And I've done that many, many times in my life. Take a spider, put it out on the balcony, let it be outside, because, there are so many insects we really don't need, like mosquitoes and ticks and stuff like that. That I don't think spiders kill ticks. I don't think there are spiders that kill ticks, but yeah. So yeah, just talking about people often say to me, your humor is dark and weird. That's not the first time I've heard it. If you ever have a chance and you want something that's similarly soothing to my voice, because I've heard that a lot, that my voice tends to be soothing, even though I don't see it, but I'm thankful that it can be. You should watch The Adventures of Pete and Pete. If you watch The Adventures of Pete and Pete, any episode, I would highly recommend the Halloween episode, Halloweeny, or Splashdown is an episode that Esnam and Daddy watch a lot. There's also The King of the Road, where the father, they end up at the end of that episode, they end up doing a roof stack packing competition, where as they're driving to the Hoover Dam, they literally get everything out on their car to see which family driving alongside each other can stack the highest roof stack. And then when they almost lose, the brother says, we're mutants and we're Wrigley's, which is their last name. And then they all take their clothes off, and then they stack it on the roof, their clothes, to have that much of a higher roof stack pack. So yes, we do. I agree, Gemma. I totally agree. We have a lot to bring to the world, that's for sure. And just that different perspective than most people. I taught myself how to play piano. I taught myself how to play guitar. When I put my mind to it, I can accomplish almost anything. And that's just a beautiful thing. It's just the interpersonal stuff that can get a little tricky, especially when you're younger. As you get older, you really learn how to navigate all that. But we usually have better vocabularies than most people. We're usually much more scientifically and mathematically inclined. I tend to be more of a musician, artistic type, but what we do, we usually are amazing at. And yeah, learn to mimic, just like I do with the songs that I sing, and the techniques I can learn just by watching Casey Neistat put together a video. There's a lot you can learn, and there's a lot you can do, and that also helps you to become a better person if you deliberately seek out good people who are successful, but also strong-willed. But just if you seek out in general just good people, loving people who have good attitudes, who have been successful, who aren't out to get people and hurt people, and who are not predators or harmful, anti-predator burp, then you, by being able to mimic really well, then you can you can take on those characters and learn. And that's what I had to do in my life, because my parents, God bless their souls, my parents were not good examples, and that's just what it is. They are what they are. They did their best for what they know, but they're not good examples. And so I surrounded myself deliberately around people who I would be able to mimic and learn from and assimilate, the right and good behaviors from. So I will keep you guys with me until I'm about to parallel park because we're in the home stretch. We are the X-Men. I don't know about that, but I know exactly what you're saying. Yes, we're not superheroes, but I think what you mean by that is it's kind of a hybrid, and in many ways it is kind of a hybrid, a mental hybrid of the best of capacities, the best of mental prowess, all mixed in together with exactly. I do know what you mean, YouTube sister. The best of mental capacities mixed in with a little bit of social anxiety and problems. And no worries. I know what you mean by X-Men because if you just think about it, they're humans who have these special powers through different things that happen to them in their lives. So yeah, I totally get it. And they're not really superheroes. They're just humans who happen to have these special powers. So totally get it, Gemma. Totally get it. All right, I'm about to do my kryptonite, which is parallel parking. I effing hate. And as a matter of fact, I got these people who are trying to leave now. And I'm trying to parallel park here. So before I parallel park and make sure I can fight successfully against my kryptonite, I am now going to, yeah, this guy seems to, what are you doing, dude? Okay, I don't know what this guy's doing here. All right, are we figuring stuff out here? Because I don't want to run anybody over. Okay, there we go. All right, so before, again, I get involved with some kryptonite that I'm going to fight against and beat the crap out of, Gemma, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for accompanying me in Daddy-Daughter Airlines. And now you may put your trays in the upright position, your seat in the upright position, and make sure your seatbelt is fastened because we're about to parallel park, baby. You got it. Much love and respect right out to you, Gemma. Whoever else is here and hit that like button, really appreciate it too. I love all of you guys. Happy Pride Month. Take care of yourselves. Happy Autism all year long. And just a lot of love and respect out to you guys. Take care. Daddy's still broadcasting, signing off for now. Take it easy.